What's good, y'all? It's Stefan G, the host and creator of Culture Talk.
What's good, y'all? It's Locke Jacobs, host of Culture Talk.
My name's Sean. I'm here.
What's up? I'm Jay Allen, host, producer, Culture Talk.
Hi, I'm Pelage, and I'm a mediator for Culture Talk.
Hey y'all, I'm MC and I go to Spelman.
Hi, I'm Laurel and I go to Spelman.
Hello, I'm Alima and I go to Parkland University.
Hi, my name is Kizzy. I go to Morris Brown College.
Hello, I'm Gio and I go to Clark Atlanta University.
My name is Joel and I go to the illustrious Clark Atlanta University.
My name is Latasia and I go to Clark Atlanta University.
What's good? My name is Kev. I go to Morehouse.
My name is Kayla Diego and I go to Clark Atlanta.
Hello, it's the governor of Texas, Jordan Boykin, and I go to the illustrious Clark Atlanta University.
What's good? My name is Satchel. I go to Clark Atlanta.
Hello, my name is Elisha and I go to the illustrious Clark Atlanta University.
Hello, my name is Kayla, and I go to the illustrious Spelman College.
Yeah, my name's Sandy, and I go to the Honorable Morehouse College.
What's up? It's DJ No Tag, number one DJ in the AUC, and I go to the illustrious Spelman.
No, you
It's like, nah, I go to Morehouse. Yeah.
Your boy Wave Beast, best videographer, graphic designer, photographer in Atlanta. Yeah, go to Clark. We don't say my real name, just I'm Wave Beast.
I'm Darius, and I go to Morehouse.
Hello, everybody. It's me. The first question is, what do y'all think the biggest problems is today at HBCU? It's only problems, nothing good.
Housing. Housing as far as getting housing and visitation, especially visitation. I'm paying $38,000 a year for me to have visitation for 5 hours. That don't make no damn sense. I'm a grown ass man. How the fuck you gonna tell me I can't have someone in my house? Hell.
Lack of funding in regards to all HBCUs across the country. I think there's a lack of funding, and that's one of the biggest issues.
I feel like I'm over-policed, and I don't feel like a grown-ass man when I'm 18 years old, and there's no reason you should be telling me that I can't have somebody in my room at a certain time and be telling me to clean up my room. That's weird.
Consistency with financial aid. You should not be getting scholarships and then them being reduced over the course of your time at that school just for the sole factor that people are disorganized. Like, why do I have to suffer for your inconsistency? It's not fair.
I would say one of the main problems is organization, because they're very unorganized. Sometimes you would not know about information until the day of or the day before, and that's not enough time to prepare yourself for things.
I think we have an issue with transparency as well. Like, there are a lot of things that they do tell us, but there are a lot of things they don't. And it's like a lot of rumors floating around, and a lot of times we don't really get the truth because no one want to say anything.
I would say financial literacy. I feel like a lot of us think that we know a lot about money, and I feel like this school alone does not know about finances. People that run the office are not financially literate, so how can we expect for them to answer our questions when it comes to finances? So I think that plays a big part.
I think it's the administration is really one of the biggest problems. I think the administration and a lot of HBCUs, I can't speak for all of them, are mismanaged, they uninformed, and a lot of times it seems like they don't really care about the students, they just care about the college's business aspect. They want to make the most money they can, but they forget that HBCUs were also founded to help Black people culturally, spiritually, all that other stuff, besides monetarily. So all they care about is the money side. They trying to be like all these, like PWIs or whatever, but they forget that HBCUs are like a special type of, they're a business, but they're like a special type of business. They got to do other stuff too besides money. And then they not even doing that well. They don't know how to manage money well, so.
I feel that we have a lack of tutoring, for each subject, for English. Cause my problem is that when I was trying to find an English tutoring, they told me that they don't have English tutoring for undergrad, only for graduates. I feel that's kind of unorganized or unprepared.
I feel like there's this view of HBCUs as illegitimate schools, as opposed to some random school, some random PWI in America. If you say you go to HBCU, a lot of people don't even know what certain HBCUs are. So I just feel like this lack of legitimacy that it's perceived is a big issue for HBCUs in general.
I would say piggybacking off organization, and mostly they're organized about the wrong things. Like there should be no reason why you're so hell-bent on me taking off a hat or a do-rag when I'm walking in the caf just to go eat, when it's really not that serious. It's really just a place for me to do my thing and get out so I could actually go learn. But at the same time, we having all these security problems and in our dorms and things like that, and I just think the focus is in the wrong place. So that's my thing.
I want to talk about food.
Let's talk about
So the contract we're in for the AUC, most of us have AMARAC or whatever it's called. First of all, that's a racist capitalist structure. They fund the prison industry, so why are we supporting or why are we under this type of food, people that give us poor quality food? We actually have a garden at Spelman, and there are gardens in this community that we can use to, you know, make our own food. So let's talk about that food issue.
Please.
I think overall lack of investment in things that would really be helpful for the college, which also just bleeds into like transparency and mismanagement of funds. I don't know. I personally don't really trust any part of the administration in Morehouse. I don't trust anyone who is managing my cash. And the fact that you have to continuously run up to this office and low-key beg them for simple things like a scholarship you won just doesn't make any sense. And if you're thinking of it like a business, if college is a business, since we're in the USA, what kind of a customer would keep coming back to a business that continually plays them? It just doesn't make any sense. How can you keep expecting us as HBCUs to be respected and all if you want to continue playing us like that? It doesn't really work.
Me, I just think kind of like, I don't really think it's a problem necessarily. It's a problem with HBCUs, but it's also a problem with the people that like go to HBCUs, because I feel like we got this like holy view of HBCUs, or like, yeah, they got problems, but we don't want to change because that's just the way they are. Like we get so defensive of them that we don't really want to change our issue. We don't really want to change the problems that happen. And then like when stuff does happen, people are like, oh, don't talk about that out in public because we don't want to give our school a bad name or whatever. But it's like, if it's a problem that's happening, it needs to be fixed. Like Howard, they had a sit and they had a protest and they got stuff changed at their school. You try to do something like that at Clark or really any school in the AUC, it's just not gonna happen. So I feel like we don't really like, we say we want to change, but we're not really willing to do what it takes to make that change.
Okay, so I just want to respond to you because like I agree with everything you said besides the part of like talking about it, because we do talk about it. It's just bashing your school on social media is different than taking actions on campus. Because if you're bashing your school on social media, why aren't you organizing a protest to go and protest financial aid or go and protest the administration office? But like you just get on social media and you're like, oh my gosh, the AUC schools do this, this, and that, and they do this, this, and that. But y'all aren't doing anything on campus. So you can't really complain if you're not doing anything forward, because administration is not going to look at your tweets and go and try to change something. So if you want something done, you have to go and tell them yourself.
Okay, so like, I feel that with the whole like no one actually wants to change. I also feel that with like no one's looking at our tweets on like they seem to be upset. Let's go like figure what the fuck we need to do. So like, ooh, the people changing thing, I'm a freshman. We've been here for like 3 months, maybe. I am a vocal person. If I have an issue with something, I'm gonna say it. Like, if I feel like something needs to be changed or something can be better, we're all paying the same amount of money. Well, the people who go to my school, we're all paying the same amount of money. Like, I can say whatever I want, and I'm not just saying it to him. I'm saying it to our administration, unlike a lot of students. I've heard so many times, like, you're a freshman, you need to get through freshman year, you don't know what you're talking about, like, you need to pipe down, freshman, you're talking too much, freshman, why are you listening to, I was having a conversation with someone, I'm not gonna out them like that, a higher up at our school, or at Clark, about, like, things I need to change, complacency within the AUC, and how we could, like, you know, fix some things. And I had an upperclassman chime in on a conversation that had nothing to do with them and say, I don't know why you're even bothering to listen to her because she's a freshman. She just got here. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
To go back to all three of y'all points, what she was saying about complacency and then bashing the school, it's kind of like going back to the learn helplessness thing. Like, we're expecting somebody else to come in and solve it, or we're expecting someone to see it and realize it's wrong and then fix it. So it's like when it comes to taking the steps for ourselves, we're not keen to doing that. We have social media, we have other things, so we're making each other aware, and we all know we need to take a step forward, but nobody want to take that step. So it's like, we go to these extremes like news and all this stuff, because even with CNN or whatever news station got involved, exactly, financial aid started moving faster, like, because they're not trying to be in that light. So it's like, when you see that working, you're gonna go back to that. But at the same time, you're giving the school a bad name and make people not want to come here. Then we losing funding. Now we got to pay even more to go to the school that's already messing us up. So exactly, and that's the point. It's a cycle. So it's like, stay away from social media. But at the same time, that's why. I'm just saying, that's the logic.
Like I get it, but I'm saying, like, for the financial aid or the housing situation, like, she had a thread of, like, you know, this is what's been going on. Whereas people are like, oh my gosh, F. Clark, why did they just now tell me I need to put in my transcript? That's different.
I think what she, like, the issue is people just tweeting and then, like,
and
saying fuck it. It's like, people are, like, complaining, like, you know when something happens and you're mad as shit and you just, like, fucking tell someone, but you don't go and actually, like, try and actively fix the issue. The issue isn't us, like, being mad and tweeting. Like, okay, like, I tweet shit all the time when I'm fucking mad. The issue is me complaining about something. Like, I'm just so upset. And, like, it's the worst thing since, like, I'm not even going to throw that comparison. And then, like, I don't even do anything to solve it, you know? Like...
And my response to that is, why are we always going to Twitter? Why are we always going to Instagram to vent? No one, huh?
I'm just saying that's our generation, like, social media is like...
I agree with that. However, it's choosing to open up and tell people your business. I'm mad, I'm angry, F this, F that. That's a choice.
Not everything needs to be discussed.
That's what I'm trying to hint at.
Action needs to be taken, but people always take to social media as if it's their only outlet.
And my thing is, social media is beautiful because it increases global interconnectedness. Because of that, we have conversations with Howard, with HU Resist. The AUC helped with that. Hampton, Fort Valley State, that's down in Georgia somewhere. But you see what I'm saying? Like, we had different conversations. Georgia. But I think for me, it's like, what type of protest do we want to do in the AUC? Because social media can only get you so far. I know last year for freshmen, we had a conversation between the honors dorms, grades, and LLC1. And, you know, I suggested something we can do. All the freshman dorms in the AUC can write a letter showing solidarity against sexual assault on our campus. Did that happen? The same people who complained did not make that first step. And the only reason why I wasn't there, I was having my best life for my birthday. I was out of town. Sorry, y'all. But you see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta take that step, and who's gonna do that? That's up to us. And so far, Culture Talk, y'all doing that.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say, I think the problem isn't necessarily that we go into social media. It's not all the way that we go on social media. It's not all the way that's not something's getting done. I think that needs to be a combination of both things. I think if we're gonna be on social media, we gotta be doing something at the same time. Like, if you can't just be on, because that's one thing that annoyed me over the summer was that folks that was already at Clark was like talking so much stuff about the school online, like, why y'all talking about the school to us and we trying to come in, like, yes, that's happening, but y'all aren't doing anything. And if you try to talk to some upperclassmen, they don't, like, they'll complain so much, but they won't do nothing. And that's the most annoying thing. Like, if you're gonna complain, be about what you saying. That's all I gotta say.